Hey guys, this is a new video. As you can see, decided to put on a bit of makeup today, and I like it. Not too much because I don't like to I don't normally wear makeup anyways, only on rare occasions. But yeah, I mean, I like how it turned out. I hope you guys can hear me because my phone's been acting a bit funny lately. So like some of my videos, you hear me and then it goes a bit dull and then you hear me again. So I pray you can hear me, fingers crossed. So this video today, um, it took me a while to think about doing this video because a lot of people are involved in this video, basically. This is a video called Story of My Life. It's just different events that happened as I was growing up, kind of thing. I will be showing pictures of me when I was around the ages of 12 to about 15. Don't laugh because when I was younger, I was basically a tomboy. So it's only now that I'm starting to like embrace being a female kind of thing. But because my family was just filled with so much boys, um, yeah, I was very manly, and even like some of my school pictures, like you will not tell that that's me. Like I just look like a dude. Like I just didn't look great. But I am gonna share those pictures here, so don't laugh. It's not funny. But yeah, I mean, this is something that's been long coming. A lot of you that do know me know that I don't have any communication with certain parts of my family, especially my mom. I haven't spoken to her in like going to 3 years now. I don't plan to ever talk to her again, honestly. And a lot of people that do know a bit of my story just feel like, she's your mom, and in Sierra Leone they say you only have one mom. So they'll say mama na one. So that means you only get one mom. But I don't believe in that. I believe you can have other moms or people that are a mother figure to you. Yes, biologically, of course, you can only have one mom. But I think in other ways you can have other moms. And for me, the person that is just everything to me is my auntie. She's basically my mom, and she's been there with me through a lot of drama within my family. I mean, the one thing I do admire about her is that no matter how tough things got, she never left my side. She's always just been there for me. I mean, she didn't get to be there for me when I was younger, like around the ages of 12 or even before that. But it would have been nice if I did have her, because at those moments in my life, I really needed someone to be there for me. But I'm grateful for the time that she has been in my life, because the time she has been in my life, she's made a great impact. And that's who I see as my mum. Like any guy that's been with me, when I introduce them to my auntie, the first thing I say is, this is my mum. You know, I wish she was my mum. I wish God would have given her as my mum instead. But, we don't really get to choose our family, do we? So whatever family he drops you into, that's just where you go. But yeah, she's a mother figure in my life. Now, my biological mother is a whole nother story. But this is why this is called The Story of My Life. So each video is going to be about 20 minutes long. I don't want to put it all in one video because it'll just be hours and hours. So I'm going to break it into parts. So each video is going to be 20 minutes. I don't know how many parts there's going to be just yet until I finish all the video. Then I got to edit and all of that. So, and I got to find certain pictures of me when I was younger as well. That's going to take a while. But yeah, there's going to be different parts of this video. Each of them going to be 20 minutes long. Hang in there, guys, because shit about to get crazy. So I'm going to start off by talking about, obviously, the way I was born. So as my life went on, talking to my dad, talking to my mum. Um, the way I was created was a bit, it wasn't nice, to be honest. Basically, my mum and dad, they've known each other for a while. I think they went to a party or something, and I don't know what happened. Oh, my mom's story is that she wasn't feeling well. And my dad came over to come see how she was doing, and then they had it basically. And my dad's story is that he came over to our house, and basically they had it. I think at the time my mom was either engaged or soon to be engaged, which obviously not very nice sleeping with someone else. But when you put two and two together from all the stories I've heard about the way I was produced, basically it was like, I wouldn't call it a one night stand, but in some kind of way it was a one night stand, because my parents weren't together, they weren't dating, they were seeing other people. So it was just a thing where he was supposed to drop her home or something, and then obviously they ended up doing something. Now my mom didn't know she was pregnant until I was maybe about 5, 6 months in her stomach. Now it's not my mom's first pregnancy; she's been pregnant many times before, but from the information I've gathered is every time she got pregnant, she didn't keep baby. She got rid of the pregnancy for whatever reason that she wanted to get rid of the baby. So obviously my pregnancy wasn't that easy, because I think she just went in for a routine checkup or something, and then they told her she was pregnant, and she was even shocked as well. So basically I was hiding in there for about 5, 6 months. So even if she wanted to get rid of me, like, that wouldn't have been an option at all. I was staying whether she liked it or not. So I think when I was born, there was a dispute about who my father was, because, as I said, my mom was seeing someone. I think she was either engaged or soon to be engaged. So obviously, in that instant, if she only did it with my dad once, she'll think, okay, you know, it's my fiance's child. There's no way it can be my dad. You understand? So I'm guessing she probably just automatically thought that I wasn't, I was her fiance's child. And when I was born, they did notice that something about the way I looked just didn't go with the guy that she was with. And plus, the guy my mom was with, majority of his children have extra digit fingers. So just like an extra finger here. And when I was born, I didn't have that. And it's obviously, they normally say every baby is different, but majority, I'll say all of his kids have extra digit on a finger, so it's something that's very distinctive. And I didn't have that, and plus I didn't have any resemblance to him at all. So as time went on, my dad said there was a time where he saw her and her stomach was big, and he asked her, obviously, is that pregnancy mine? And she denied and said no. But I don't think she did it on purpose. I think it was a thing where she proper thought like it wasn't his, but it ended up being his. When I was born, my mom tried to get a DNA test. I don't know who she did it with first. I don't know if she tried it with the fiance and then found out it wasn't. But I think she did, because what ended up happening is, because I remember at the age of 7, I had to go to court with my mum. So they had to do a DNA test. So they did 2 with my dad, which is the person she had the one night with. And the reason why we had to do 2 is because the first one, he didn't want to believe it, because obviously my mom is very deceiving and manipulative towards people, and she knows how to get what she wants. So in my dad's head, it's like, even though the results said he was my dad, it was just like, in his head, and he said to me, he thinks my mom probably slept with the judge to change the results, kind of thing. Anyways, whole big commotion. I'll never forget, at 7 I went to court, and they said that, I was his again. And I tried to run over to him and, give him a hug, 7-year-old kid. So I'm just like, oh, daddy, and he just looked at me. He was like, I'm not your dad. I mean, I remember that till this day because it was a painful moment in my life. I felt rejected. I felt not loved. But at that moment, now that I'm older, I understand why he felt that way. The type of person my mom was, I'm pretty sure in his head, he was just in so much shock that, oh crap, I got this woman pregnant. Because my mom is not a good person, man. She's just, those that do know her, she is absolutely just wicked and evil at times. So my dad just absolutely hated her. So to hear that someone you hate with a passion is pregnant for you doesn't really go well. So that affected my whole childhood because my dad really hated my mom. It was a thing where he wasn't a part of my life that much. He was in and out of my life. I mean, there was a time when I was around 7, 8. Oh, God, sorry. I used to go over to his house and just like for weekends and stuff. I do have other siblings, so I have a sister that's 4 years older than me, a brother that's about, I think he's a year or two older than me. Then I've got another sister that's younger than me, so I'm like the third born. So when I used to go over, I used to obviously see my half siblings and stuff and spend time with them. Everyone felt awkward around me because I was like an outcast child because all the other children that my dad had, he was married to their mum. So my big brother and big sister have the same mum. They were married, and then my younger sister as well. He was at the time when I was 7, 8 years old. They were actually still married, so I used to go over to my younger sister's mom's house because they were living together. So obviously my little sister's mom didn't like me as well because I mean, I can understand where she's coming from as well. You're married to this guy, and then you hear that he's got a child somewhere else. She didn't want the DNA results to come out as in, I'm his child. But, I was. And it just made everyone uncomfortable. I can see, and I remember when I was younger, she was just so uncomfortable about me. You can tell in her face that she didn't like me, and being around that environment was hard for me because, yeah, there were times that my dad did defend me, but there was times where I can see that it put a strain on his marriage because she wasn't happy. It was just like you had a child out there and I didn't even know about it till a certain time, and it was just a lot of pressure on everyone. So I was just basically like this kind of like love child kind of thing. I was just out there, and it just felt uncomfortable, honestly. I loved my siblings, but I just didn't feel comfortable in the house. She just didn't like me. And till this day, me and my younger sister, we don't talk. I mean, we were talking at some point, but she stopped talking to me because of something I said pertaining her mom. And obviously, I don't blame her for it. I'll still love her no matter what. But basically, when I was younger, my stepmom, which is my younger sister's mom that was married to my dad, she, like I said, she didn't like me very much. And what ended up happening is my dad's a police officer in America, by the way. So yeah, he's a police officer. So he became a police officer around the same time that I was born. So basically, my stepmom has bipolar. And my little sister refuses to believe what I'm about to say. So basically, I don't remember what age I was, but basically my stepmom took my dad's gun and basically tried to kill me. She said voices in her head were telling her that she should kill me, that I was a problem and she needed to kill me. So she took my dad's gun because she knows where it is and stuff like that. And she was basically over me as I slept with a gun. I don't know what stopped her from not doing it, but she did ended up confessing it to my dad. And my dad was just so terrified that these things went through her head that he took me straight back to my mum's and told my mum what happened. And I didn't see him much after that. It's just, he kind of like kept a distance kind of thing. And I think it was to protect me as well, because she's bipolar. If she snaps and do harm me, he won't forgive himself if something was to happen to me under his care. And being a police officer, for your wife to take your gun, I mean, anyone that finds out about that, he can be in a lot of trouble, because as a police officer, you're supposed to guard your weapons that you keep at home, and not supposed to be easily accessible to your family members either. So when I first heard this story about my stepmom wanting to kill me, it was hard for it's a tough pill to swallow, because you think in your head, well, what did I do that you wanted to literally end my life? What would ending my life do for you in your marriage? Because what would have happened is, if you would have killed me, my dad would have definitely left you, and that would have been the end of your marriage, and you would have been in jail for so many years. Now, when I did tell my sister this story, she doesn't believe me. She thinks I'm just trying to tell her something to make her hate her mom or hate our dad. And obviously, that's not my intentions. I just wanted her to know that from day one, I was always seen as the outcast child. And so, certain ways I behaved amongst them, it was because I didn't feel like I belonged. Like all the other siblings, like your moms were married to our dad, and my dad wasn't married to my mom. The only reason why I'm here is because of one night that happened between them that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. So I just felt like the unwanted child at the moment. And I was trying to express to her that, I don't do these things on purpose. I don't go around being, horrible on purpose. It's just, I've just always felt like dad don't care about me as much as he care about you guys, because my sister has done some crazy stuff growing up. Because there was some point where I lived with my dad, and it's just like she will get away with things, but I can't get away with it. Like going to school, I was a virgin. I'm pretty sure my sister lost her virginity time ago. We all knew it in the house. We all was aware of it. But she would have a boyfriend, especially when times like Valentine's Day come around. She would have boys get her gifts and stuff, and she'll make up whatever excuse she has to our dad, and he just wouldn't he'll just shrug it off like it was nothing. But the minute like he hears that I've got a boyfriend or I'm talking to a guy, it's just like I'll get in trouble. He'll take my phone away. My computer privileges are taken away. I'm not allowed to go anywhere, talk to anyone. It's just like I was just in like a prison sort of. And it was just like my younger sister can have a boyfriend, but me, that's like how many years older than her? I think my sister's about 21 or 22 now. So look at the age gap. How is it that she can have a boyfriend, but I couldn't, you know? And it was a thing as well, like, she's not very book smart, so she used to fail school quite a lot. I used to get, like, top grades. Like, my dad started this thing where he was like, there's something called an honor roll in America. So it's like you get a certain GPA, and I think they call it here the Dean's List or something like that. I think so. I don't know. So basically what it is every time you get on the Dean's List, he'll pay you $300 cash. And it got to a point where he had to stop the competition because I was running him dry. I made honor roll every quarter in school without fail. I made even student of the year in one of my classes as well. So like every quarter, I think there was about 2 or 3 quarters, he paid me 300 cash on my bed. And it was beautiful. I loved it. So like I got good grades. I was a good person and everything, and I still wasn't allowed a boyfriend, and but my little sister was. So yeah.